Hello, hello, hello everybody. This is Becky. Today's plant is going to be right here. This beautiful, beautiful, looks very beautiful. This is an asparagus fern, which is also a foxtail. Now, I'm going to tell you some things about this plant, okay? So, it looks very fuzzy. Now, it was called a foxtail because of the fawns. Now, I'm trying not to mess with these as much as I can because the fawns, even though they look nice and soft and you want to cuddle it and love it and hug it and kiss it and all those nice little things, right? Because it does, that's what it looks like. It's just so huggable looking plant. But they have poisonous sap. So when you deal with these, you need to wear your gloves. You don't want to get the sap on your hands and you don't want to get them on your arms. It will go through your skin. Now, this can be grown in a pot in the north as an annual. In zone 9s or above, you can plant it in the ground. It prefers the morning sun and evening shade. Light shade. If you have it in your house, put it in direct sunlight in a pot. When it's in the house, you're going to have to spray it, mist it constantly because this is a humidity loving plant. When it is in zone 9 or above, it likes the warmer climate, and if it's in the ground, it will grow invasively. So it'll take over everything. Really, it'll just take it all over, all of it. And in Hawaii, this is considered with the horticultural in Hawaii as their most invasive plant. That means Hawaii can't stand it. Don't tell them I said so. So this plant, even though as pretty as it looks, and why I think it's pretty is because it looks soft and innocent and huggable and all of those great things. But it is very toxic to your dogs and your cats. Why is when you prune these, here's one here, you have to make sure to cut when they're brown. When these fawns turn yellow is when it needs to be watered. We have shade traps as you see up there, and this is the morning sun. So I'm trying to stay in here. So when you have it in the house, put it in the morning sun, in a window with morning sun, because it cannot handle evening sun or the hotness or anything like that. In the winter, you only have to water it once in a pot. In the winter, once. In the summer, watch for the soil to be 50% dry and the fawns turn yellow. That's even when they're inside or growing outside if you have them in your yard. You can have them as borders and landscapes along sidewalks, driveways, because you can control them. But if you don't control these, they will become invasive because they grow in the root, and these little fawns will have, they're burrowing. They're a burrowing plant. That's why they are toxic to your animals. So if you have a longer haired dog, the sap will get on the dog and somehow it works into the soft tissue. And actually the regular foxtail plant, so when I learned about this and read it, there's a foxtail plant, and this is also a foxtail, but you have to look it up as an asparagus fern to find out exactly about this, because the first one that I read, nothing was good about that. I'm thinking, why are we selling this? If it will kill your dog or your cat. But with your dog, you want to make sure that with the sap is very poisonous. So I'm doing this because you can't touch it. It should just have a do not touch sign on there. So you can't touch it because the sap will get onto the dog, in your hands, in your skin. It's very toxic. In the summer, when you're watering, in the summer, so it needs a fertilization for growth. When you prune this at the base. Again, wear your gloves. Prune it at the base. Now I'm showing you the smaller size because we do have it in a smaller size. Now I'm going to show you it in, as you see behind me, what we call the 2-gallon pots, because there is one of the ferns that have something on here that's interesting. Okay, this is our 2-gallon size. Now with the 2-gallon size, you'll see this fawn right here. It has little bitty white flowers, so it does have flowers. Also on this fern, you will notice right here, these are what we call the berries. They are berries. Now you can take these and propagate those, meaning you can, plant them in the soil to make more of these. So this is the 2-gallon size. It's a foxtail fern, asparagus fern. They do not like to be root bound, so if they're in the container in your house, make sure that you have a big enough container for the roots to roam. They don't like the closeness, and they don't like, the tightness of the pot. And I already told you that it's toxic to the humans and toxic to your dogs. And it has poisonous sap. It grows in zone 9 and higher. Make sure to wear your gloves when you have this. In the summer, watch for the soil to be 50% dry. Water it and fertilize it in the summer. When you prune this, prune the dead fawns. That means when they turn brown, you prune them at the base. Now there is no certain time to prune, you just look for the dead fawn. It's not a certain time in the year to do this. And if there's anything else that I can think of, I will have it below in the description. So if you like this awesome channel, give me a thumbs up. I have more plant videos to look at. I will be back with another great video with another plant to help you out on your landscaping in your house or in your yard. Bye everybody.